Hiya, my name is Silver Willowing and welcome back to School of Dragons. In this video we're going to take a look at the new hybrid, the Humbanger. Not really that much of a terrifying name, but I tried. Now the Humbanger dragon is a hybrid between the Whispering Death and the Snafflefang. This is what the Humbanger baby looks like. Small little, weird looking worm type dragon. To me, like I also said in a previous video, this dragon is very... But that's not the fault of School of Dragons, that's just the dragon itself, like the design that they had to work with. So, like model-wise and work that School of Dragons have put into it, I don't really have anything bad to say. It's just the dragon itself that I'm really not a big fan of. It's just way too lumpy, the head is too big. It lacks legs, which isn't really that big of a problem, but it becomes a problem to me because of the pose of the dragon. It's also really awkward and weird, but we'll get into that. But like model-wise, I'm positive about that, so I'm just gonna focus on the good of it. Here we have the adult Humbanger, which is the big mama, the big juicy worm with spikes and a boulder tail, only 2 arms and 2 wings, no hind legs. I'll never get used to that because the body's built like it looks like the hind legs are supposed to be there, but they're not there. This dragon is weird, or you could say special, in the sense that it never really sits on the ground when you're riding it. When it falls asleep or relaxes, it's kind of on the ground. It is on when it's sleeping, it's on the ground. But when you're riding it and moving around, it's just dragging that boulder around on the ground. And never really relaxing. It's always flapping its wings, so if you're just sitting on it, it could be flapping its wings for hours, for days, for months. To me that's very interesting and very weird at the same time, because partially it's cool, it's unique, but it's just unpractical. And it looks a bit awkward when the dragon is moving around, just always dragging that boulder. I can imagine its skin would get all rubbed off eventually. But by moving around like this, it looks very strange, to say the least. It does look like a Whispering Death and the Snafflefang. I had forgotten what this hybrid was, and then by looking at it I could, figure out what it was, because it's pretty clear which 2 dragons that are mixed in here. So that's a plus, that's a good thing. And the texture does look pretty neat. Got a nice scale texture, the horns are very shiny, I appreciate that, that's aesthetically very pleasing. The fire of it was somewhat disappointing to me because I think it's very simple. There's some rainbow stuff going on, which also is a bit weird, but it's a very like small explosion. It's like rock pieces flying out of the explosion in like different rainbow colors. Very strange. Not bad, just not as grand as some of the other hybrid fires, but like you can't keep coming up with new fire ideas, like what kind of fire is going to be more epic and everything. I think it's fine. It works for a boulder class dragon, which this guy is. Let's try to take off and fly with this very weird and peculiar worm dragon. The arms are like close to the body on the side, looking very strange. I'm not sure if that would be comfortable, depending on what joints the dragon has, of course. Listen to me being way too realistic as always. It's gliding. That's always a big no-no for me. When your wings are this small, you cannot be gliding, you will fall to the freaking ground, alright? Don't do it while you keep doing it. So it's kind of like it's swimming in the air. Not really moving much like a worm, just more like a fish or a dolphin, like a whale probably. Overall, pretty good. If you like the dragon, it's quite satisfying. It's quite fun. It should be quite alright, I would say. It's not too bad. And then we slow down, we get this lovely face with the tail down and the arms still like... It looks like, I don't know, like a genie or something. Like if you put a bottle at the end of the tail, or like a lamp, and then the genie comes out and grants wishes. That's what I get from this dragon. This shape is so strange to me. So when you unlock this dragon through the event, you get an exclusive skin for it, and I think we should take a look at that as well, because I like it a lot. I think it's super cool. Now this right here is a Halloween skin. Just look at these glowing eyes mixed with skeleton paint all over the body. Still very lumpy. Lumpy dragon. Ribcage looks very, very dense. But I think it's a really cool paint. It's cool that the eyes change as well. It's very simple, a simple skeleton paint, but I think it works for this guy. Definitely a big fan of that. If you like the dragon and if you like Halloween, I think it's worth grinding to get the skin. Because as far as we know, the skins are exclusive and you can only get them from the event that the dragon appeared in. So that's this event, and when that's gone, skin is gone as well. Now let's take a look at her stats. Alright, here we have the Humbanger. Max speed 7, pitch rate 7, turn rate 7.5, acceleration 8.4, and firepower 5.6. Overall, kind of average stats, kind of okay, not too great, not too bad either. But I do not recommend that you race with this dragon, and I'm going to show you why. If the game allows it, we will take it out to race, and then you can see just how horrible it is. Alright, let's give it a go. I don't know this map, so that will also be bad for us. But really, it's just look at that. Oh god, what did I do? What did I do? It's the turn that gets this guy. The turn is incredibly slow. So in tight spots, it's nearly impossible to maneuver with this thing. It is so unbelievably slow. Just look at this. Like, where are we going? We're going here. And I'm like holding down the turn button. This map is not even the worst for turning, but maps that require really tight turns, you can't do it. Just look at this, I'm doing everything I can to turn. It's making like such a big arc and losing so much speed just from attempting to turn. And if I try to use like a speed up, that's just gonna be worse. Look at that, I can't even like correct it. I have no chance of correcting it. It's just a mess. It's not good. Look at that. I cannot even steer up. I hope that gave you an idea of what I was talking about. The turning is terrible. And that's the problem that goes again and again with the hyper dragons. They look good. They're cool. But their stats suck, man. They can't do anything. They're not even good for battle. They're not good for racing. They're not good for anything, really. Except looking cool. I think the last thing we're missing is checking out the Hidden World Glow for this guy. So let's go down Hidden World Glow for the Humbanger. I think it's pretty cool. We got some glow in the spots around his body, and then some on the horns, the wings, the boulder on his tail, and then like small fine dots around the body, and as well on its stomach. It's glowing yellow. It's not like just cheaply made, just like some highlights. It's actually painted on there and fitted to the different portions on the dragon, the different parts of the texture, and that looks pretty cool. Not my favorite colors, but I think it works fine for the dragon. I like the eyes, especially the glow and the spot around the eye glow. I think that adds something real cool to the dragon. So I'm a fan of the Hidden World Glow. It's pretty cool. That's all for the Humbanger Hybrid Dragon between Whispering Death and Snafflefang. You get it from the Dreadfall event 2021, in case you're wondering. So if you're watching this video in October 2021, go for it. If you're watching it later, I'm sorry, you missed it. It'll be back in the store eventually, so don't worry. We have a rogue Scauldron coming in here. Who is coming? Yakun? What is your name, young man? Tell me your name so I can scold you. It's a woman, I'm sorry. I assumed your gender. Oh yeah, you better leave. That's what I thought. With a face like this, everyone will run from you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you next time. So long and take care.